Hi, everybody. I'm Sawd.
I'm Punk.
And I'm Rorschach.
And I'm
definitely not a
Popufur. It's like a barbershop trio is what that was. Anyways, yes, it's the After Earth episode. For those who don't know, it is Rorschach.fox, or Rorschach the Fox, or just Rorschach, whatever you want to call him. And we're here, we're talking. We had an absolutely lovely main episode, but I think we have some unfinished business with some of the questions from the rapid fire round that we ended the main episode with, which is you seemed that you wanted to say something about the Lion King 1.5, my good sir, if you would not mind detailing.
Even as a little kid, I even felt like Lion King 2 was like a direct to VHS type movie, and I was just like not about it. And then I know everyone like fucked with Kovu, but like it was Kovu, right? Not Kova, Kovu. I don't even know.
Koba?
I thought it was Kovu, right?
Is it? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, Kovu.
Simba's Pride from 1998. Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's like very coded, like very furry coded and stuff. But the Lion King 1.5 was like that was the one with Timon and Pumbaa narrating and stuff, right? Because like
correct,
that was
yes.
Oh god, dude, that shit was so funny. I loved that when I was a kid. But yeah, and then I was dating myself by saying I remember we had that on VHS.
Listen. I had VHS, but also there was the Disney VHS, which were in that oversized white case that they had for whatever reason to try and designate themselves. And
I had all of them.
Every holiday season, they always like would put one older classic out before it quote unquote went into the Disney vault or whatever. You know, little did they know that the era of streaming Disney Plus would be upon us. But yes. I believe I asked about Christopher Nolan. I asked about the If, Marry, Kill. I believe you had a lot to say about Roller Coaster Tycoon as well.
Well, yeah. So I've got a buddy who's I've always been really into Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like that was a. How did you know to even ask that question? That's a deep cut, man. Like
you're Rorschach. We have to know.
That's impressive.
Damn it.
I have a buddy who actually one of my best friends from childhood, and we became best friends because of a mutual like love of roller coasters.
That's cool.
In third grade, I remember this actually even goes even further back, and I'm actually absolutely going to send him this episode afterwards so he can listen and shit on me for it. But we were on a Little League team together when we were little kids. And I remember seeing him. This is in like first grade, dude. I remember in first grade, I saw this guy sitting on the bench when I was in Little League. And I just thought, fuck that guy. I don't like him. And then he, at the same time, to himself, we found out later, saw me across the bench and thought to himself, fuck that guy. I don't like him. And so like did not talk for like 2 years. And then in third grade, I walked up to him on like the playground at recess or whatever in third grade. He was wearing a roller coaster shirt that he got from like Busch Gardens or something. And literally the conversation was like, I was like, do you like roller coasters? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, do you like roller coasters? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, do you want to be friends? Yep. And we've been literally the best friends like since that day.
Step brothers, man.
Yeah,
Step brothers, right?
Step brothers. And like we bonded over Roller Coaster Tycoon because that was like the game at the time, and we were both in daycare. Like our parents both, worked basically in like Los Angeles and stuff. So we were in daycare in Orange County, and we would take construction paper from the daycare room, and we would build little like paper roller coasters and stuff. Like that was just like we were obsessed. And
that's really cool.
Got really into Roller Coaster Tycoon, and he's into like there's like an underground Roller Coaster Tycoon scene if you've never seen it called New Element, and these people are insane, dude. I'll have to send you some stuff. Like it's almost like pixel art. Like they are. I don't know if you remember like Roller Coaster Tycoon had like a grid, right?
Right.
That you would edit
very
on
Sims like.
Yeah. But this is like almost like a modding community that has like taken on a life of its own, and they have like custom scenery objects and stuff, and everything is predicated around custom scenery. And they have custom scenery objects that are like quarter tile and then like eighth tile like objects and stuff. And these people build these entire maps out of like eighth tile objects. And so there's like hundreds of thousands of scenery objects on them. They're just insane and just like so detailed and creative. And so it's all based on Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I think is the main game that they run and stuff. So when you said Roller Coaster Tycoon, I like my whole face like lit up. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe he's like creating this stuff. This is fantastic. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also that is like one of my husband's like all-time favorite games too. So like that was, I will be showing him this episode too
Oh, he
afterwards
must
too.
know about it then. I'll have it's nedesigns.com. Go to that website when you get a chance. It's insane.
Okay.
No,
Awesome.
crazy.
I just know he's going to get into it right now. His big thing right now, he's buried turn-based strategy games because he loves being able to have the time to make a decision about something before he actually has to do it. Yeah, I'll get him with this. I'm going to get him so good. I will say, Rorschach, something very interesting has happened though, is that we had people actually reach out to us. I'm not sure if you had spread word or anything, but some people apparently knew you were going to be on this podcast. So
I did not.
Okay, very interesting, very interesting. I don't know how this happened then, but I actually genuinely don't know. But I had some people. I have one question. I'm going to try and keep it as anonymous as possible, but someone did want me to ask you one question. This is actually different from the one you sent me, Punk.
Okay.
Someone did want me to ask, and hopefully this won't reveal the identity of who sent it. How does it feel being beat at bowling by Maximus the Pity?
Yeah, yep. Do you know that I fucking went to bowling with him for the first time and was like, the context of this is furry bowling, right? Like no one's expecting to be like an exemplary bowler. And then he shows up and bowls like a 200, like the first game that he plays. And I don't know anything about bowling except I know that 200's high. And I see him, he got like 6 strikes in a row. And I'm walking down, I'm not wearing bowling shoes because I refuse to be seen in my fursuit with bowling shoes. So I just like committed to, they were like, they handed me bowling shoes and I'm like, I'm not wearing those. And so I like walked out in a full fox costume, a full fursuit. And I bowled like, I don't know what my score was. I think it was like 38 or something. And Max is hitting like strike after strike after strike. So it was very frustrating.
Incredible.
Fuck you, Max.
I know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's definitely not someone who we can fully make fun of and embarrass for being on the hater to furry pipeline in rapid succession. Definitely not that whatsoever. Are snow leopards the new wolves?
Okay, so I told Oren that I was going to be on that podcast today, so he must have spread the word really quickly then. And yes, snow leopards are absolutely the new wolves. They're so popular now. I see everybody turning out snow leopard sonas like crazy, dude.
Yeah. Do you like? I guess like you said, you like foxes. Do you have like a tier ranking of like animals in terms of like fursuit archetypes?
Oh, I do, and you're not going to like my ranking, unfortunately.
Oh, because bunnies are last. It's okay. I don't. It's fine.
They're way down there, unfortunately. I can't but I gotta like. Hold on, I gotta pull up like a list or something. I'm just gonna.
Oh, do you have a list? Of course, you have a list. I should have expected it.
List of here. I'm just gonna Google it.
A list
of persona species. Here we go. Let's see. Species popularity. Here we go. Oh, First Science. Oh, I bought this book.
I need to buy that book. We're about to go to Japan in a week, so I need something to read on the plane. So I need the First Science book. Yes.
Why is this so? Oh, because it's other. Oh, that makes sense. I love hybrids. I'm like a big fan of like any hybrid is just automatically like A+ S tier creative. Like they're so interesting and stuff. Especially when people a content creator messaged me the other day and his persona is a sharkaroo. It's a shark kangaroo. And it's Faye. It's Thay or whatever the guy's name is. He's the guy who does all the parkour on TikTok and stuff. And it's a sharkaroo, and he's got the coolest fursuit ever. It looks sick. He's got a huge long tail, and it always wraps around stuff when he's doing parkour. It's so cool. So like any hybrid, A+. Wolves are awesome. Foxes are awesome. Not really big on dogs. Just like as a general, I don't know. Like I'd go wolf over dog. Any big cat is like S tier. Dragons are very variable. It depends on the suit, I feel like, and it depends on the suit.
Okay.
The dragons can like run the gamut to me from like S tier to like F tier, like just depending.
Sorry, dragons, you got to step up. You got to step up, dragons.
Dinosaurs, I don't see a whole lot of dinosaurs, to be honest.
Same.
Skunks, hyenas are S tier. I'm still trying to get my husband to be a hyena, and he knows that they're called yeens above hyena too, which is a big plus.
I had to explain that to my husband because I was telling him about that video, and he's like, "I don't know what a yeen is." I'm like, "God damn it!" Exactly.
Yeah, when I made that video and I was like, he was like, I don't hate yeens, and like everybody in comments and stuff was like, he knows what a yeen is, like pipeline him.
Yeah.
Pretty much any rodent is like a no go.
Oh, damn. Sorry, rats. You had a good run.
And then
R.I.P. Punk.
horses are unfortunately like D tier for me. Even though the porn is always nice, but the horses can't get past the face.
I will say, like, I understand there's a uniqueness to them. Horse cocks, as I've seen them rendered in Fourier, are flummoxing to me, just because I think about specifics, and it's just like I'm just like you know what? For some people, sure, great. It's just wild. It's experience.
It just depends. Horses. This what's funny too is like on the Discord server. Are you in my Discord server?
Yes, I am.
Dope. Okay. Are you in the Not Safe for Work chat?
Yes, I am.
Good. Okay. So in the Not Safe for Work chat, we have an abundance of porn. So please, by all means, go enjoy it. But at this point, I cannot get behind. And this is one of those things too, like in furry, that I feel like we're all maybe shooting ourselves in the foot just a touch with all the anatomical dicks that people are drawing. Like, I get it, but also like it's not my vibe. I'd rather them have like human penises.
I agree. We are furry aligned in that. Yes.
But at this point, I've been so exposed to just a multitude of like dog dicks at this point that I'm almost becoming desensitized to it. But I would still prefer it to be like a human dick if I could have my druthers. Having said that, the only anatomical penis that I will accept in my furry porn is a horse cock. So that's where I stand on that. Everything else, absolutely not.
The two ones I have the largest problem with, and also, hey everyone, welcome to the podcast. We're going there. The two ones that I have issues.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you. Anyway,
this would be the one. If my mom ever finds like the deep dive on furry, this would be the bit of content
we're gonna bury this.
The most.
Yeah. This is Rorschach the Rocks. What are you talking about? It's okay. The two ones I have the largest issue with is the dragons that have the dual penises. I don't like the dual penises. And most like avian birds where they have like I guess anatomically correct, like almost liquid. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry.
That's too much.
Exactly. It's not my bag. Anyway, on a completely different note, will you ever link back to your ambient albums?
Yeah, I will for sure. So the reason that I generally don't on the furry community, I don't know if you know this, but I can send you guys a link to it, but all of those ambient tracks exist on a YouTube channel that is like totally public, but I don't really advertise it because they all have AI art attached to them. And so when I made those like over a year ago at this point, what I was having fun with doing was I had just made like a Midjourney subscription, and I was making all the art in Midjourney, and then I would take it and throw it in After Effects, and I would animate it, which was kind of fun because I was learning animating at the time. And then it was kind of after the fact that I was like, this is kind of problematic, and like finding out that Midjourney had like basically stolen like all of its like source material and everything. So I kind of stopped doing that. And I was looking into like hiring artists or just like painting it myself and then animating the backgrounds myself. But because they're all fundamentally AI, it's just kind of like not a vibe to go back and be like, hey, here's all my ambient music. Also, it's kind of attached to all this, like none of the music is AI, but I feel like it will get kind of lumped in there. So, but yeah, I mean, I will send you guys a link for it if you want. The music's great, but the art is interesting to look at because it's all very pretty, but it is AI generated. So I try to avoid kind of advertising it too much. So
yeah. It's when I was doing my music project Paws Button, which of course, furry and Paws Button, come on, let's be real. Which I will always give credit at I think it was at MFF when I walked into the adult dealer's den area, and I had to show my badge, with the 18 plus on it, and they misread it and they said Paws Bottom, nice name. I'm like, oh my God, come on, man, come on, not here, shut up. But the thing, I proudly said I was not going to do AI, and very recently I had a commission where I actually got scammed, which is very like for me. Like I usually think I'm above that kind of shit, but actually I got scammed by someone for a commission. I have a couple other commissions where like I have to really like follow up on them, and I'm still at this point where I've known enough artists in the fandom now that like similar to you, I'm just not going to fuck with AI. Like it's just like we all tried
Yeah,
it out a little bit
100%.
at the start there, but with the creativity and everyone on here, listen, I had to wait 3 months for all my fucking shit to be finished for Paws Button. That album, those EPs were ready to go, and I did not care because it was absolutely worth the wait to have something out there
Yeah.
that just felt genuine and real and profound.
I have
Um,
a sort of unique, I wouldn't say a unique stance on this, but
mhm,
like I thoroughly agree that all the AI art is problematic and it steals from artists and it's super shitty.
mhm,
But we've kind of put our foot down a little bit, at least I and the mod team on the Discord have put our foot down on like shitting on new people join the Discord for having AI art because
mhm.
I think it is it's a bad look for people to be joining the fandom and like experiencing their very like and have their very first like experience
Be
with
tongue
interacting
policed.
with other people, having those other people just be dumping on them for having AI art and having them
Yeah,
not having a chance to understand why it's problematic in the first place. And that's
yeah.
like so we don't ban it outright. And so like realistically, like a ton of new furries entering the fandom over the last couple of years have all experimented with AI generated like personas
Right.
or characters and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And
Hmm.
so like doesn't mean everyone has to like it or support it or approve of it, but like you don't want their first interaction with the fandom to just be like a dog pile because they entered through a tool whose implications they didn't fully understand. So we try to like not judge people for it as much as possible. So
Right. Right. So I guess with that said, I mean, have you ever been to the Virtual Furry Museum, by the way?
I have not, no. Nor have I ever been
Okay.
in VR chat.
Okay. I think different strokes, different folks. Ultimately, I think Punk and I would pretty clearly advocate for it. And one of the guests that we had on was Satalo, who is the founder and curator of the Virtual Furry Museum, which is actually an
Mhm.
astonishing resource for like furry history. It is genuinely a profound, even moving experience, I would argue. But one of the things they talked about is one of the very first rooms you go into is that there's this art that was done of Nice the Singing Dog, NIIC. They've been around at this for a long time. They're a green dog. They sing a lot. They do a lot of VR videos about beans and say beans a lot. That's kind of their thing. But the art that was done of their PFP was, I can't remember what era it was, but like it's one of the highlights of the museum because like that art became like so iconic and synonymous with just what furry is that like it was borrowed by hundreds, if not thousands of people as their PFP because, to identify as a furry before they even had a Sona because
Yeah.
like that was just what it was. And it was a genuine piece of art like from the same artist, but at the same time it's like for a lot of people it is. I am very cognizant of the fact that this can be a cost prohibitive fandom in some ways too, which is why like I fuck with the people that do like the paper or cardboard fursuits. I think those are so goddamn
Yeah,
Oh
cool.
my god, have you
those are
followed the guy
really
who
cool.
just finished his like paper fursuit? The guy's name is
Yeah.
his I think his Sona's name is Elliot, I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Or maybe that's his Instagram name,
I'm
but it's the
unfamiliar, so
blue
please
and
explain.
it's
Yeah,
the blue and orange and white one. It's unbelievable. It's so good. It's like I'll have to remind me too. I'll send you a link to that too. It's crazy. He's blowing up on Instagram right now because he just finished his paper fursuit and it's like doing uh like cosplay competitions and stuff. And it's so
Yeah.
cool. He did such a good job with it. It's insane. Looks amazing.
that's awesome. One thing I want to kind of briefly pivot on to is that, earlier in the main episode, for those who didn't hear, Punk, he was talking about like how he kind of sometimes struggles with being explicitly called a furry because, as we've talked about a couple times now, like he is very much a character-based performer that clearly is rooted in furry. There's no mistake about that. But like
Mhm.
you have a lot of different characters, you create new characters. That's kind of like, the vibe. That's kind of the thing that you go with at this point. Uh, Rorschach, would you ever consider a second Sona, or are you pretty dead set on
Oh
Rorschach
no,
being the one?
definitely not. Which is interesting too, because I definitely have like ideations about what a second Sona would be, but I
Hmm.
feel like so attached to Rorschach at this point. Um,
Yeah.
and it almost feels like I've talked to Orden and I've talked about this a little bit too, where like having a second Sona almost feels like cheating in a weird way. Like I can't reconcile it internally where I'm like I couldn't like that feels like sacrilege. I would do if I ever decided to do it I would do a hyena, but no, one and done for sure.
Got it. Can I ask the question then? When you put on Rorschach, do you feel different, or are you just like a heightened version of you?
That's a good question. I would say my inclination is to say it's a heightened version of me because am I would say I'm a very, very happy person at baseline. Which pisses a lot of people off because like my baseline happiness is legitimately like 8 or 9 out of 10, like on an average day. Like I wake up most mornings just at like a solid 8. And like I was talking to my we have local friends in Las Vegas when we were going to dinner with them and stuff. And I mean, like, this is not, disparaging to them in the slightest, but they're both on antidepressants, as are many, many people, our age and in like today's political climate and all this stuff. And like everyone's on antidepressants, depression's a huge thing. But like they were they were like legitimately mad at me. They're like, what the fuck do you mean you wake up at like an 8 out of 10? They're like, I wake up at like maybe a 2. And like I have to get myself to like a 6, like with meds and like a really good day. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm just a really happy person. And so like when I'm in the suit, I feel like even happier, if that's possible. I don't know. I have a lot to be like thankful for in life and stuff. And I have, challenges and struggles and everything. And my life is not without challenge, but I feel like I'm able to find like, small joys in life and stuff. And like, I just feel like the suit just like heightens it almost. Where I get to be super goofy and I get to just like fuck with my friends and stuff. And I don't really feel like there's any aspect of Rorsch that is not maybe just like a reflection of me somehow. So yeah, I would say just kind of a heightened version of me.
That's awesome. Brief thought experiment, if you don't mind. If you had the power to travel back in time to say like 2020 or something like that, would you vote for New York's third district candidate Michael Weinstock at all, or no?
Holy shit. That is a deep cut. Oh my God. How did you find that? So presumably
You're Rorschach. We have to know.
So presumably he's only blocked me and not you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't see his comments any longer, unfortunately.
Okay. What's the story there, Rorschach?
Oh man, dude. I will as a general rule, I try to avoid disparaging anybody. So I'll try I don't want to speak ill of him.
We can also not talk about it if you don't want it to. It's a podcast, we could cut it.
Oh, it's okay. We can talk about it. I'll just choose my words carefully. But all the same, like I don't want to speak ill of anybody. I'm a extremely confrontational person by nature. I love conflict, dude. I feed off of it. Like
you picked the right fandom then, buddy. Let me tell you.
Right? Well, that's the other thing too. I am desperate to not get myself involved in any like furry drama. I just don't. It just feels so like classless. I don't know. It's like we're above that, and like I'm 33. Like I don't need to be involved in drama.
I as I always like saying every time I go online, if I can avoid hearing the opinion of someone less than 18, I'm very okay with that because I don't need that in my goddamn life, quite frankly.
But like, but I want to like ask pointed questions about furry, right? Like, and like I do that a lot, but I also I want to do that without making it messy, if that makes sense. So that video that was on was the one where I was talking about my dad and the juxtaposition between me and my dad. And I said, I remember I memorized all these scripts, so I have most of the scripts memorized. But it was like when my dad at age 33, my dad was a fire captain and an arson investigator for LA County. He had a Porsche 911 and he had a kid on the way, and he was just the whole point was just he's massively accomplished even at 33, and at the same age I am a gay furry with credit card debt. And that was the joke. And then I just said that I think at the end and just said, but I'm a lot cuter than he was at that time, which is also true because he was losing all of his hair at that time. I have all my hair. So,
hell yeah.
And Michael Weinstock commented on that video and just said, your father was a man. And I didn't really know how to take that because it was like I didn't know
out of pocket, right?
It was out of pocket, but I also didn't know when he commented that. I didn't know if it was meant to be a dig at me or if it was meant to be like uplifting my dad for being such a genuine family man, even at such a young age, right? And so my comment back was, I remember I said something like he was definitely a man, but also I am too, but just kind of like in different ways than he was. Like, I'm not afraid of my sexuality. I'm not afraid to express myself. Like, I won't, I'm not afraid of being gay. I'm not afraid of like being a little fruity online. And also knowing that like, I'm still like a contributing member of my own household in a different way. Right. And then his response back just kind of got mega shitty, where his response back was something to the effect of like, I haven't determined whether or not you're being a man or a boy. And then I got kind of shitty in my response. And I just said, okay. I said, do you think my dad gets as many gay furries on his TikTok algorithm as you do? And then, and then he blocked me. And then, or we went back and forth, I think once or twice or something like that. And he said something really shitty to someone else in comments. And I just said, like, I don't need
this energy.
And then, yeah. And then he blocked me at that point. So, or no, that's what it was. Oh my God. No, that story did continue. It was actually funny too, because he wrote something incredibly long. It was like a 3-paragraph rant about like, your moral duty and your purpose in life as a man and where he went in life. And he kind of like went off on his own credentials. He was like, I graduated from, NYU and I did this and I ran for senator and all this stuff. And I was also a volunteer firefighter and all these things, and had a very accomplished resume. Was very, very, obviously very accomplished person. I didn't want to take away from that at all, or make light of his accomplishments. And so I just responded, I don't understand what any of those big words mean because I'm just a gay little fox on the internet. And then he blocked me at that point. Yeah, that, I don't know. I try in all of my responses and stuff to people on comments and everything to be clever and like have the last word without making people feel bad about themselves, unless they've made a point to go and make others feel bad about themselves in turn, which always gets me frustrated. Like people attacking people who can't really defend themselves online, like attacking trans people online is such a low class thing to do.
1000% agree.
Like, attacking gay people, attacking furries online is like par for the course at this point, but it's also just like such easy engagement bait that I like always go for it. So yeah. I try not to be shitty, but I can't resist sometimes.
I know. I'm not sure if you've seen any of Punk's content on TikTok. He will very frequently do co-hosts and lives with people and like, engage with them and, find a funny joke or whatever. But he will, someone tries to outsass him. It is on like Donkey Kong. He will take no challenge. He will take any challenge on. Yeah.
Yesterday I had some girl trying to rage bait me. Like the first question was, how old are you? And I'm like, I know where this is going. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, I know where this is going. And I literally told her, I'm like, you're going to ask me how old I am. I tell you, you're going to be like, you're doing this with your life, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm 35. She's like, and you're a furry on the internet. I'm like, there we go.
There it is.
That's what I said. And I just ripped her a new one. And she's like, how am I getting outrage baited by a rage baiter or something? I'm like, because you need to learn to get good. Try again.
The fact that you can do that on live is impressive.
Yeah. It's a muscle memory at this point, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm from New York, so talking shit is kind of in my blood.
That makes more sense.
Speaking of things getting into your blood, I need to ask the most pertinent question of the day, which is, of course, Rorschach. Have you done the Dave's Hot Chicken Reaper Challenge?
Yeah. Did you watch the stream of it?
No, I did not. So I don't know how that ended. No, I did not. No.
You're kidding. I did it with so do you guys know who Dime is? G5 Dime?
No.
So no. Dime is a I think I know he left furry. Sort of without saying anything shitty, a bit of a drama magnet of his own design. Kind of like on purpose. I think he kind of enjoys it. That's kind of the point. But he's been on Twitch streaming for a while, and he recently left the fandom for reasons that are unbeknownst to the rest of the fandom. But he left. But when he was still in the fandom, I dropped into one of his streams, or I had just started Twitch streaming, and I had a pretty good stream going, and so I rated him. And I rated. He had like, I think he had like 20 people on his stream, and I rated him with like 80 people or something like that. And so he was like freaking out. And then he was like, Rorschach, this is awesome. He was like, let me know if you ever want to do a stream or something like that together. And I was like, super dope. He was super, super sweet, super cool guy. And then he said that when he got 1,000 followers on Twitch, he would go eat the Dave's Hot Chicken Reaper. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I love spicy foods. I'll do that with you. And he was like, oh, like, bet, like, let's do it. It sounds awesome. I was like, okay, cool. And so on his 1,000 subscriber stream, we went on and did like a tandem stream and both ate the Dave's Hot Chicken Reaper. And I've done it once before, and it's just abysmally, miserably painful. It's terrible. But I handle spice very, very well. And he handled spice very, very poorly. So it made me look very good. It made him look very bad, but it was still just awful, dude. I have no limit for spicy food, and I am planning content this weekend because my husband is out of the house, and so I can make all the content I want. But I'm planning on making like a chili recipe. I've had a chili recipe in my family for forever, but I've like nuclearized it by just adding a bunch of habaneros and stuff. So I'm gonna make my chili recipe for a video. But I have no upper limit for spicy food. Like
shit.
Have you ever had the bomb sauce?
Yeah, that's hot for sure. But I wouldn't say the hottest I've ever had. But so here's the thing. I have no upper limit. I feel that the Reaper, the Dave's Hot Chicken, the Reaper strip, whatever you want to call it, does not exist on that same plane because it is functionally a chemical irritant at that point. It's like you're comparing like hot sauce that people would say like, oh, like I love the hottest possible hot sauce. Like you're comparing that with like ingesting pepper spray. So like it's not the same. And like they know it. And they make you sign a waiver and stuff. And so like after we ate the Reaper on stream, I ate almost that entire sandwich because I was just trying to show off. And like my husband even came on stream and someone was like, I'll gift you 20 subs if your husband takes a bite, and he took a bite and someone gifted a bunch of subs. It was awesome. And then afterwards we had Oren and his partner Vic were coming over that night, and we were making mac and cheese because we cook at home and stuff, and so we were making mac and cheese for like a big dinner night, and I had like roiling stomach pains where like it felt like my entire stomach was on fire, dude. And like I couldn't. The worst part too is like if you like anatomically you have like a little gas bubble in your stomach, so like there is like liquid that can like slosh around in your stomach, right? And so like I couldn't. I was literally sitting in our bathroom butt naked because like I couldn't even wear clothing because it hurt so bad. And I'm sitting there and I was crouching. I was crouching on my toes in the fetal position, sweating like crazy, just like don't throw up. Because if you throw up, it's a million times worse, right? Because then it's going to ignite the entire pipe on the way up. And so I'm like, don't throw up. And like I tried at one point, I couldn't even lie down sideways because then I could feel the side of my stomach burning. And I was like, okay, like can't do that. And so I'm like sitting up and I went downstairs at one point to help my husband cook food. And like normally he makes like the pulled pork part and I make the roux and like make the actual mac and cheese part. And they showed up and they're knocking at the door right as I'm getting like another wave of like stomach pain, and I'm like, babe, I was like, you got to handle this, I have to go. Just like ran upstairs. I'm like just like upstairs again, just like in immense pain, and it was terrible. So yeah, I don't advise doing the Reaper challenge at all if you can avoid it. It's not a fun time during, after, or especially long after. So avoid that.
Good to know. Yeah. Well, Punk, did you have any other questions that you wanted to fire this way?
As you said, I don't know how it got out, but someone also messaged me about a specific question. What do you know about the Rorschach files?
Was it Flynn or no?
I don't know. I can't say, but it wasn't.
We can't reveal our sources.
Yeah.
So I suppose, but how long do you take to edit these podcasts?
It takes about a week. I mean, I'll be in Japan,
Okay.
so it'll be a little bit longer. But
Cool.
yes,
Okay, we
yeah.
can talk about it because by the time it'll air, it'll be done and over. The whole point of this actually turned into like a bit of a point of contention too, because I started talking with Flynn the Lynx. I don't know if you know him. He makes content. He just drinks and stuff on Instagram and TikTok. Like wonderful content creator, wonderful person, just like amazing human, amazing furry. Started messaging. He was like the first like like popular furry that I started talking to on Instagram, and I was like starstruck when I first started talking to him because I was like, he's talking to me. This is crazy. This is awesome. And he had like we had mutually bonded over being just like old people in like kind of a young man's hobby. Because he's 32 or 33 or 34. It's like around my age. And we were talking about like the pains of like trying to learn how to like run a Discord and stuff, like not understanding like how all the permissions and everything work. And then we started talking about like fitness advice and stuff. And we got really close, and I hung out with him a lot at LVFC and kind of hung out with his whole crew. So like Flynn and Astra are like good buddies and stuff. So I got to meet Astra and like talk to him, and then Dingo and Boof, they're all kind of like in like same circles and stuff. So I got to meet a bunch of people that I had like kind of looked up to and everything. And on the last day of LVFC, I was like, hey, I got a great idea. We'll do this video. And basically, because like I, up to this point, have kind of, I would say, have like made a bit of a reputation of some sort of like kind of being wholesome. I feel like maybe we roughly agree on that. And so I was like, I want to do a video where you're implying that I have just been like being a shitbag online, like behind the scenes, and then the video is me telling you to like shut the fuck up or I'll basically hurt you. And so we made that video and posted it, and I did not consider when we made the video that a large portion of the fandom is autistic and maybe doesn't always recognize like cues, like context cues and like conversation immediately, which is totally normal and just something I didn't consider when we posted it. And it reasonably quickly got like a decent amount of people reaching out to be like, is there actually like some drama going on? Like, what's going on with this? Like, is this a problem? And then we're like, dude, no, like not at all. Like, but then we started to kind of like, we were like, oh, like we should play it. This is hilarious. And then like the whole, it turned into like a thing with his buddies where they're like, oh, like release the Rorschach files. Like, what's he hiding? And then right before FWA, Flynn posted a thing that was like release the Rorschach files, like announcement, like beware this furry at this con and everything. And like most people thought it was funny. A decent amount of very vocal people took it completely literally. And went kind of overboard. Like he posted it, and it became a little bit problematic because people took offense to the comparison to like the Epstein files. They were like, this is making light of people who were like legitimately hurt by this. And we were like, he posted it, and I was on the flight to FWA, and I had plain Wi-Fi, so I was texting him, and I was watching in real time while he was like, oh, this is hilarious. He's like, oh, people are kind of angry. I'm moderating my comments really heavily right now. And I was like, you should just private that video, dude. And so we just like made it private. I think he took it off of his like public facing feed or whatever. But then like, yeah, now it's taken on like a life of its own a bit. So I will not spoil the surprise. We do have a final video planned on that context, but I will save it for when it actually gets posted. So
yeah, and hey, by the time you're listening to this, it might already be out. So who knows? Just keep an eye out. rorschach.fox. That's where you got to find it. There
is a website too. There is.
Oh my god!
Rorschach files. So he posted. That was the other aspect of that too. Is he posted about it and wrote like go to rorschachfiles.org as a joke. And then a bunch of people who I'm really close with in my Discord saw that the domain was for sale and snapped at the domain immediately.
That's
and made a website
amazing.
for it. So
I love being furries.
I know, right?
It's just great.
I'd prefer the fake manufactured drama over the real drama, so I'm fine with it.
1000% every time. Absolutely. I only have, I think, one final question there. Punk, do you have anything else you wanted to
No, I'm
posit?
good. That's great.
Okay. Actually, Rorschach, do you have any questions? I'll throw that out there too, just to be all,
No, I'm good. I'm been talking for too long, as
Okay.
usual.
So hey, that's why we invited you on, okay? And we're happy about it. The thing I will say is that the last thing there is that in a very short amount of time, I think you're very much in my sense too, where you've done a lot in the fandom in a very short amount of time. You've had, a very explosive growth. You have all these different things happening. It's really great, cool to see. It's a little intense, I'm sure, at times too, but like it's just kind of everything you want. It's just you hit the ground running, and there's no stopping, there's no taking the paw off the pedal. But for you right now, is there anything else that you want to accomplish? Is there anything that is still like undone on your imaginary bucket list of things to do as furry?
Um, I want to go to a European con. And I'm trying to go to NFC next year,
Yeah.
and Quinn has been badgering me to go to NFC, even insofar as to like sending he sent an 11-minute voice note to me and my husband to try to convince my husband to let me go to NFC and actually have my husband come along to NFC because they all want to meet him. Because the really frustrating thing is that everybody thinks my husband is funnier than I am, which he objectively is. But anytime he
Mhm.
like comes on stream, like the stream is supposed to be about me, and it just
Mhm.
gets fucking derailed by him because he's funnier and more charming and more witty than I am. So everyone just wants to talk to him instead. So I'm like, I'm just going to get a sandwich and you can talk to them instead. I want to go to European Con. I the thing that I want to accomplish in furry, which is sort of like an unspoken mission statement, I would say, of like all the social media, is I want to be kind of like a voice for people in furry that don't feel like they can appropriately articulate what the space means to them. Um, and so that's kind of like what I've tried to do with like all of my content from the beginning is like a fundamental through line that I feel like we all agree on about furry is that we all agree that this is really important, but a lot of us have a really difficult time explaining why it's so important. Um, and I kind of want to be like the one to do that. Um, if they'll let me. And then
Mhm.
also I would love to go on like a conservative podcast or a conservative uh like pundit. Like I would die to go on Fox News in my fursuit
Mhm.
and just like explain as best as I know how why it's really not that weird and why it's okay. Um
Mhm.
and I know that I'll probably fall flat on my face doing that and stuff, but like, holy shit. Like, I would love to be the one where they're like, we have, watching fucking Sean Hannity be like, how do I pronounce this? Rorschach? Like on the, on like, what is this? And then just me just
Like
showing up in full,
Watchmen?
yeah, 100%, like in full fursuit, just like trying to explain why this is normal and stuff. And like, I feel like I could articulate it like if I were given enough like heads up and like chance to like explain like, hey, like I know you think this is weird. And I know that you don't get it. And I know that furries get this like, this this bad rep about being like, a kinky space, a sex focused space and all this stuff. But like my whole thesis has always been that that's not a bad thing. And just the fact that it makes you uncomfortable is like you need to sit with that and that's okay that you find it uncomfortable, but like sex is part of like the human condition, and it's okay for
Mhm.
people to be like sex positive, and the more that you like ostracize it and put it down, the weirder you kind of make it for like subsequent generations, and like you kind of make it worse, like you perpetuate these bad stereotypes and stuff. And you know you may not realize it, but like you're putting down or making light of this space that has actually wound up being really important to a lot of people who have fundamentally felt really ostracized by other parts of society. So I, in my like mission statement and like what I want to do in furry is like, I want to be like that voice and stuff. So still trying to figure out how I get there, but that's kind of like a pipe dream. So
I think that if you ever consider it, it could potentially be your next Sona, the Sona which will have the name of Pete Buttigieg. I think if we can, if we can
I
make,
love him, by the way. I will absolutely vote for him if he runs.
Exactly. And again, someone who
Love
can
that
go
guy.
into those spaces and be like, like we'll take the challenge and whatnot and still articulate it in an entertaining but relatable way in a quick sound. Like, come on, like that's the dream. That's fantastic right
Yeah.
there. The last thing I will say is that I am freaking out a little bit right now because fucking today, and Punk knows this already, but like
Mhm.
I was, my husband again, the permission slip, being so kind and whatnot, is just so great. And at some point, I was on Instagram, and one of his buddies from his old dance company had liked an Astra the Kitty video, and we kind of knew he was into pup play, so like him going to furry is not like too much of a thing. But I screenshot, I sent it to him, and it's just like, oh, it's like, haha, caught in HD, whatever. And he's just like, I can't say, and he's like, I can't say we're particularly surprised. We're all furries in 2026. And then it was like, we're talking about some like other things there, and he kind of made a joke about like like he would like some costume pieces that we had in, and he's like maybe I could wear them out, like if we could, there's like the local like leather bar or something like has something there, but it's like, or, and then he like puts an ellipses like, or if I go to a con with you, and I'm like, you would go to a con with me? You would actually
That's
do
awesome.
that? And so it's just like, I don't know if we fully passed the furry event horizon, but to have your partner like potentially like be there, like, ooh, ooh, this is such a good feeling. The only bitterness I have towards him is the fact that he created a TikTok account only because like I think he was very encouraged by his coworker, and because our very dear friend Nova Llama was streaming. He's been on some of the Twitch streams, and so he followed Nova Llama. And I'm like, let me get this straight. Your husband, me, am here, a furry on TikTok, a furry in these internet spaces here, and the first two people you follow are not me. Got it. Understood. Okay, we're at war, but it's very similarly. He is one of the funniest, and most charming, and most wonderful people in the world, and I can't wait for everyone to meet him if it gets to that point. So
That's wonderful. I
yeah,
can't wait to meet him.
exactly. Yeah, Rorschach, thank you so much. This has been an absolute
Yes.
blast. If we can convince Punk to go to MFF, that would be incredible, because then we could all meet together again. But truth be
Yeah,
told, thank you
I'll
so
do
much.
my
Where
part.
can people find you?
Rorschach.fox everywhere. I think it's the
Excellent.
same on Instagram, on TikTok. I think on YouTube it's an underscore. But if you Google Rorschach Fox, you'll find me.
Fantastic. Buddy, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute honor.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Absolutely. And to everyone else, follow us. Do that thing. We're if you look for definitely and not a Popufur, you will find us in all the different places. It is known, it is appreciated, and most importantly, we will catch you next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sawd,
I'm Punk.
and I'm definitely not a Popufur. We left.
Oh, was I supposed to do that right then?
So it was just
Yes,
a
Was I supposed to say
silence.
my name?
Yeah, if you wanted to, it was fully optional.
shit.
We don't have to.
Oh, I
We-
thought you were still introducing. Okay, no, go again. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm leaving this as a tag at the end, by the way.
Yes.
All right, cool. We're doing it. Okay.